If you are a software developer, you have probably asked this question: will AI replace software developers? And you have been given this answer: if you don't use AI, you'll be replaced by someone who uses it. This statement is partly true, and I want to give you the reasons why you should struggle writing code even when AI can do it. My name is Omar Juma. I'm a software developer at Safaricom, and I encourage you to subscribe and turn on the notification because I release amazing videos about software development each week. So let's dive right in. So in 2022, the first version of ChatGPT was released. This was a very exciting time because that was the first version, and from there on, we have seen very many other LLMs come to the market. We have seen the rise of, we have seen the likes of Gemini, we have seen the likes of Cloud, we have seen the one from Facebook. It's called Llama. We have seen the one from Nvidia. I can't remember the name. And so these tools have been applied in very many markets. They have been applied in transport, in supply chain. They have been applied in food and retail industry. They have been applied in education industry. They have been applied in e-commerce, and so software development hasn't been spared either. Now we are seeing tools like Copilot that have been integrated into IDEs such as VS Code. I have seen another one in IntelliJ, but it is a premium one. And recently I think I've saw another one. It's called Devin AI. It goes for $500 a month, and it can write its code, test its code, and it can even run its own code. Like it is just one ecosystem. And so these tools, they weren't there before, and so they're coming to the market. And so software developers have had jitters, and we are scared. We are wondering, will AI replace software developers? But no, it's very early. In my opinion, it's very early. And in an annual survey done by Stack Overflow, I'll read it. They said 81% of developers say that AI increased their productivity. This is true. 62% say that it sped up their learning of new tools, new languages. It improved the efficiency by 58%. It improved the accuracy in coding by 30%. The first three, they are correct. That is, increased productivity, sped up their learning, improved the efficiency. But this about 30% accuracy in coding, why we are saying 30% is because AI is not there yet. We have seen this phenomena that let's say you are encountering a bug in your code, and so you copy the buggy code, you paste it into the GPT or the LLM that you are using. It can be the ChatGPT or whichever one, and so it is giving you another version of code. It fixes that bug, but somehow some two or more bugs they come up. It's like you are doing one step forward, two steps backward, and so this is where senior developers have an edge. Us as junior developers, we use AI to learn what to do, but senior developers use AI to do what they already know. A good example is generating tests, refactoring their code, improving the logic of the code, debugging the code. And so us as juniors, we normally let AI make the structural decisions about how our app should flow. And so it is like building our application in a stack of cards. When one thing won't work well, it just collapses. You see? And so there are two types of people who normally use AI. Number one, they are called bootstrappers. These are the people who use AI to generate the boilerplate code. That is, they use tools like Figma to code, Figma to React code. They use tools like Screenshot to code. They use tools like as I saw another one, that is, you type in the description of the app that you are looking for, like the app that you want to develop, and it generates you the boilerplate code. So the mainstream media and LLM developers, they are doing marketing for their products. They're in business, and so they are looking for as many people as possible to market these LLMs too. We have seen very many AIs come to the market. Others are, but all of them, they have one thing in common. Like, they have a free tier, which is limited, and they have um the pro plan. This is where they unlock more features for you. And so even this applies to ChatGPT. You see that you have, I think, ChatGPT version 4, and then there is the other advanced ones. So these people are in business, and they're looking for as many people as they can. And so me and you, we are their target market. They're developing tools to assist us, but as it assists us, it is doing more harm than good to us. A good example, I want to give you a challenge. If you normally use AI to code, like, don't use AI for, let's say, one day, and feel the impact. Like, when you have AI, it's so easy to code, but once you don't have access to it, or you are limiting yourself to it, you start to feel that pinch. And that's why I saw recently a senior developer say that junior developers can't think anymore. Why? He went on to narrate that during an interview, a candidate froze. It was a physical interview. During that interview, the candidate froze. But during the online interview, everything was going smoothly. But during the physical interview, things went haywire. The candidate froze. He couldn't get himself out of the freeze. And so after the interview was done, he was asked what went wrong. And so the candidate admitted that he had used AI to answer their questions during the online interviews. You see, things like that. When you have access to AI, you are very good. Things are working for you. But when you don't have access to it, like, things just fall apart. And so this means one thing, like, either you haven't got the basics right, or whatever you're trying to do, it is it is above your capabilities. And so this is where you should be using AI to improve your capabilities. Don't use AI when you don't know the basics. Like, if you're new to programming, go learn the basics. It won't hurt you. It will only be helping you to refactor the code, understand the code, what is happening behind the scenes. And also sometimes you get that you are in a hurry to maybe finish up a feature, and it's okay. You can use the AI for that task. We will understand, but don't let it be an everyday thing. Don't use AI like for every occasion. Like, simple thing, you use AI. Simple things, you are using AI. Tell me about yourself, you're using AI. Like, AI doesn't know you. You know yourself. Yeah. Sometimes sometimes when you use AI, you get some complex code. In such scenarios, you should tell the AI that you're using that it should explain the code to you. Understand the code. Seek first to understand before implementing it. Don't copy paste code. Understand how it works. See if you can replicate it on your own, or do it on your own without relying on it 100%. So if the above reasons haven't convinced you to reduce your usage on AI in software development, I want to ask you very simple questions. Where do you see yourself in 3, 5, 7 years? If you want to be in the software development industry, which companies do you want to work for? What caliber of developers do they hire? What is their interview process like, or their hiring process like? These questions, they are meant to assist you or open you up to see your future, envision yourself where you want to be, and 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 make you do the work. Because during the interviews in those companies, like, you don't have access to AI. You have to use your brain. They have to see your problem solving in practice. You see, and so someone here will argue that they don't want to be employed, and it's fine. But I want to ask you a simple question: will you hire someone who codes like you? Someone who, when you ask a simple question, the first thing that they do, they go to the ChatGPT or whichever LM they are using, and type the question there, hoping that they'll get an answer. Do you want that person? Do you want to be that person? And so now I hope that I have answered the question well. That is, will AI replace software developers? It's not there yet, but maybe in 10 plus years, I'll come back to this question and see where has AI reached in terms of problem solving and critical thinking. And so I encourage you to subscribe, comment, share with your friends and your colleagues. I have been your host, Omar Juma. Thank you so much.